football was one of the first, I think, the first MA school established in Nagaland. And there was the meeting place for many tribes in Nagaland, like Semas, Lothas, Changs, they represent Tunsab district, many tribes, and they all used to come, and that was the place where people got education in the MA standard. They were studying under very strict discipline, staying in the hostel, and then the whole day they had one thing or the other to do, including studies, classes, and then we call it kamchari, work period. They had to do some work, manual work for the compound, for the school. And it was only on Saturday that it was full day, free day for all the students. So they will start playing football right beginning from 7 o'clock. Another group will join, second, third, fourth, fifth, like that. By the time around 9 o'clock, the football will be filled, wholly filled with players, with about a dozen balls being played, and then there will be a lineup of goalkeepers for each rival teams. But people, when they got a chance, they used to make the full use of it.
Asaya ta chong ka tu onok lanwa katino saladan antaka aitang katino ko panok takota haga takta tiao em naman no sang ba no ko panok pongo to ka tang ta saya asaya siya kanada magoktang taksa tiao ji ta chong ji ba je pa siya alama pola ka tu ba je ma ka tu ta tambang nung po chola magok ba jage parki ka no menok ja ka ti no ja lo han ni.
There were compulsory days where everyone should come to the ground and play football or volleyball or basketball. So those days, students should be present. There was roll call. So actually in Jawad Christian High School, they made the games very popular, out of which I took to football.
The football wizard Talimaran Ao, so who studied in this institution in 1938 to 41, he was here. He did his intermediate in science, and then he also was admitted in the BSc first year with physics honors here. coming from a very remote place of Nagaland, he could excel in his life because of his inborn quality of football, and then ultimately he became such a big legendary player. Tiao wrote, I will quote from his language. Jetia moi 9-10 asile, tetia moi Jorhat Christian High School represent korise. Tar pisot moi metric pass korar pasot Guwahati Cotton College goisil. Moi tat poriboloi loisil. Tetia Guwahati Cotton College hihote mor namto agor porai shunile. Hei karone Cotton College 11 মোক খেলিব দিছিল তেতিয়া মই কটন কলেজ গুৱাহাটী ফুটবল টিম ষ্টেণ্ডাৰ্ডটো খুব ভাল পাইছিল খুব হাই আছিল জোৰহাটৰ পৰা অলপ বেছি ষ্টেণ্ডাৰ্ড আছিল তেতিয়া মই তাত খেলা সময়তে মই খুব ভাল পাইছিল আৰু বহুত শিকি ললে মই কলেজ 11 তো কৰিছিলে মহাৰণা ক্লাব বুলি এটা ভাল ফুটবল টিম আছিল তাতে হিহতে মোক লৈছিলে ইন মেমৰি অফ হিজ laudable achievements. We have constructed one stadium in 1989, finally completed a few years later on. So that is in the name of Tiao. So maybe we will reconstruct it so that we will have a indoor football ground there.
Family members of Cotton College feel proud because Tiao was our student. And Tiao, after passing matriculation from Jorhat, Tiao had joined Cotton College in 1938 in IC. And in 1940, he passed IC. But he did not get any scholarship from the Assam government. So he joined in BSc with physics honors. Then in 1941, after 1 year, he got the scholarship and he left to Calcutta Medical College. Now it is known as RG Kor Medical College. At that time, as Cottonian, he was the sports and athlete secretary. He represented Cotton College in number of football games, and he is also a good badminton player. He is 23 feet record of long jump, unofficial record of Indian long jump, is untouched for a number of years.
It's a great occasion for us to remember him because he was associated with this club when I was not born. That's in 40. So, and I am also proud to be this student of same college. Because I am from Cotton College. He studied in 40, started studying in 40. I joined college in 67. That's a big difference. Anyway, so that time our club was led by one of the best organizer of football, that is Anivis Ganguly. In 40s, when Dr. T.R. joined Cotton College, our team used to practice in the field, judges' field, next to the Cotton College. So when our team practiced there, a few of the Cotton College who love football, they came out and they mixed them with the footballer, warming up. Among them was the T.R. Anivis Ganguly spotted his talent and he picked him and he not requested him, even picked him up that the boy you come and join our club. That way he joined club and it is now become history for the club as well for the Northeast as well as India.
Those time, the 40s, 50s formation of football was 1 goalkeeper, 2 backs, 3 halves and 5 forwards. And out of the 3 halves, the centre half was the pivot of the team. He has to supply the ball, he has to defend the citadel. So that position was taken over by Dr. T.R., centre half.
All these old documents right now, but still we are maintaining some of the buildings of Arjuna Medical College and also the offices, also the hostels. I also talked with the pretty senior persons. They also told me that there are other doctors who are also there who are playing along with him. And I gathered some experience from there. He was a very good student and at the same time very good player. And he was a dedicated person. But we also celebrated on cup in his memory, Dr. T. Rao Memorial Cup. This time also there is a big football tournament in which his cup will be celebrated, and we also call this game as Dr. T. Rao Memorial Cup.
Today I cannot say what has happened 75 years before. So, but what I feel that Tiao, after joining Mohun Bagan, his game also changed, and playing with substantial of good players, and because he was a great player, so players playing with good players also keep their standard high. We have given Dr. Tiao a Mohun Bagan Ratna. Mohun Bagan Ratna is the biggest award from our club. Like Shailen Manna, Chuni Goswami got Mohun Bagan Ratna. Dr. Tiao also got the Mohun Bagan Ratna. And Mohun Bagan Ratna is a very prestigious and big, one of the big awards from our club, and the best award. By honoring him, we were actually honored. From the northeast, I'm not telling about only Nagaland, there northeast, Manipur, lot of players are coming, lot of footballers. Actually 67 top players in the national team is from northeast. These are very important statistics. But who is the ambassador of northeast? Whether it is Baichung Bhutia? No, it is Dr. Tiao. At that time, he started playing from northeast. He is the only player from northeast. From there, now it came to 67%. So, it was a great success for Northeast, but Tiao should be saluted in that manner because he was the ambassador of the Northeast. Maybe he is from Nagaland, but he is represented the whole Northeast.
Hello, it's March, it's 2018. I'm in Ilford, on the fringes of Essex and East London. My name is Michael Foley. I'm the historian, I'm the chairman of the current Ilford Football Club. But we don't play here. In fact, we don't play anywhere near here. We play 1 mile the other side of the railway in another part of the borough. But this place is of huge significance to people who care about football and who care about my club. In 1904, my football club moved to a piece of open land on this site, and for the next 75 years we played right here, on the site of this rather nondescript and somewhat bleak housing estate. We played here from 1904 to 1979, and on this site some very famous and some very significant matches took place. It's the 31st of July 1948, and Ilford FC are playing host to a game in the London Olympics, the 1948 Olympiad. Now those two teams were France, not new to football at this level, and the national side sent by the Indian Federation, for whom this was a truly historic moment. And this was their first game post-independence in 1947, right here in Ilford, and I'm standing pretty much where the centre circle would have been. And right here, the Indian captain, Talimera Neo, and the French captain, René Corbin, would have shaken hands very cordially. And that was just the beginning.
I'll just tell one story that once he went to Dhaka. So he was in the team. That was in his Southeast Asian tour. He toured there along the Indian team. But at one moment, out thought that he will not play that day. He will give chance to his other colleagues. But when the crowd knew this, they decided not to allow the players to go into the ground, and ultimately when Ao sensed his decision that he will take part in the play, then only ultimately the game started and the people enjoyed.
Dr. Teo was well known in India rather than in Nagaland. Even after coming here and serving as Director of Health Services, not much importance was given to him as a sportsman. But then while he was studying in Kolkata, he was known by almost everybody. We used to go to church or go to see some games, or wherever we went, we used to travel in a tram. We jump into a running tram car, and the moment we jump in, the people will say, Dr. Tiao, Tiao, or somebody will say, Auda, Auda. No? They will whisper among themselves because he was so well known.
I remember he telling that on one final, which I have no idea which it was, if it was the IFA Shield or the Durand Cup, but that fixture was, the final was on a Sunday. So Dr. Tiao, he refused to play on a Sunday. So the organizers had to reschedule it on a Monday. So naturally there was such an outcry in Kolkata about this. But they tried to persuade him, but he flatly refused. So they had to have the final on the next day. So that was the thing I remember about him, and he wasn't proud of that, but he just said it matter-of-factly, that he's not going to play on a Sunday. So that was that. My father, Tiao, he told me that the things which actually made him such a legendary footballer were, one, the hard work he put in. Of course, he had God-given talent, but he really worked on it. I mean, he used to get up at 4 a.m., practice, and after class, again practice. Okay, so it is not that it was just there at his feet. He also had to work very hard. And he totally admits that he did so. And secondly, he had a very agile mind. So he used to study the technique of people. What were they doing? And how can their tactics work better? And why they succeeded in their game, or why they failed in their game. He was forever asking questions and trying to learn even from anyone. He had that humility. The desire to improve his game was there throughout, in every field. And thirdly, he had a very strong Christian faith. He had a deep, abiding faith in his Maker, and that always he used to get a sustenance from that. These three are the things which I think really made him who he was.